Tab Control Pro is a complete tab management solution for WooCommerce that gives you total control over the tabs that appear on your product pages. It lets you easily add new tabs, remove default tabs, rearrange tabs, and customize the title and content of your product tabs. This is something we use on our own website at ignitewoo.com, and we're releasing this to the general public so you can use it too. As you know, WooCommerce has three basic built-in tabs, and we'll take a look at a product page here. The description tab, the additional information tab, and the reviews tab. Reviews only show up when you have reviews enabled on your site. Additional information may show up to show weights and dimensions when your product needs shipping, or if you have a variable product, it might show product attributes, etc. You can take total control of these tabs, remove them, add them, rearrange them, or customize them. So let's have a look at how this works. If we go here to the admin area and go to WooCommerce settings and go to the integration tab, here we have the settings for Tab Control Pro. The first setting, enable, controls who can see the custom tabs on your site. This is useful when you're first starting to configure this plugin. You probably don't want the public to see changes you're making to your tabs until you're ready and finished with those for the time being. So the default mode is admins and shop managers only. This means while you work on it, only you can see your changes when you click over to the front end. When you're ready for the public to see them, you can set this to everyone, click Save Changes, and then all your tabs appear. You can also disable this entirely if you need to. So the second set of settings are the default product tabs, and as you can see, there are no tabs defined yet. I can add tabs here, and these tabs are going to be the default tabs that would show for all products across the whole store, unless I override those or change those in an individual product, which I'll show you in a moment. So the first thing we need to do is add some default tabs. However, before I do that, I want to show you another feature that we're going to use with default tabs. Under the product menu, we have global tabs. And global tabs are tabs that you can create one time and then reuse many times. For example, you can add them to your default tabs, but you can also add them to individual specific products when you need to. You don't have to use global tabs when you use Tab Control Pro, but you can if you want to. So in this demo, I'm just going to create a global tab that I think I'll use on all of my products, and I'm just going to call it shipping, because I want my shipping information to be shown on all my product pages to make it crystal clear what my shipping policies are. So I'm just going to copy some text off my clipboard so I don't bore you with typing gibberish, and I paste that in. And as you can see, we have the full WordPress visual editor, which means we can do things like make text bold and italic if we want to. All of these controls work just like you were writing a post or a page or a product description. You can also add media. I'll just insert an image for demonstration purposes, and then I'll publish this. And I'll add one more tab, which I'll use later in this demonstration. I'll just call this one installation, and again, copy some text, lorem ipsum text off the clipboard, and we'll just make this all bold. And now I'm going to go back to the settings to configure my default tabs. We'll go to integration, and here we go. So you can see here I need to choose a tab to add. I can choose an empty tab if I want and write my own content right here, or I can choose one of the three default tabs built into WooCommerce, which are indicated by a plus sign, and I can also choose one of the two global tabs that I just added. So I'm going to add my shipping tab, and I want a description also, and I'm going to add the reviews tab. So now that I have those three, I want to change the icons. So I'm going to set a truck for this, and here, I think I'll use something like these cogs. And for reviews, we'll just find some kind of user icon. And I want to change the title description. I want to call it details instead, because I can override this and I prefer that word instead of description, just for sake of example. And now we have these, but I don't like the order of these, so I want to change these. I can easily drag and drop them to a new order. I want the first tab always appears open when you view the product, and I want my product details to be shown first. And then I want my shipping tab and then the reviews tab. So I'm going to save these changes, and I've got that done. These are the default tabs for all products. And now when I go back here and look at this product page again and reload it, I see I now have my custom tabs. I still have my description. There is my shipping info with the picture that I added, and here's the reviews tab. So now let's take a look at modifying these. If I edit this product that we were looking at right here, I can scroll down into the product data area, and there's a tab section. When I click on this, here I can modify these tabs, and these modifications only apply to this product. So I can make these tabs unique for this particular product if I need to. The first setting here is default tabs. This controls how the default tabs are used. As you can see, the default setting is to use the default tabs only. If I need to override that, I can. For example, I can totally override that and add specific tabs here, and the default tabs will not show. The only tabs that will show are the ones that I add from this list. Or I could say that I want to show the default tabs before anything I add right here. Or I could show the default tabs after anything I add right here. For this demonstration, I want to include my default tabs, but I'm going to add a new custom tab that I want just for this product. And I'm just going to call this Tracks. And the reason I'm going to call this Tracks is because it's a music CD, and maybe that makes sense to show the list of tracks on the song. But whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter, it's arbitrary. I'll paste in some text again. Here again I have the full visual editor where I can do whatever I'd like to this text. Maybe I want to add an image again. We'll add Mr. David Gilmour to this, and we see it shows up here. And I want to show you here that I'm going to add another tab temporarily just to show you that you can also drag and drop these in whatever order you want as well. But we already have description in our defaults, and I'm showing the default tabs before this tab, so I don't need to include that. I'm going to remove it. So I'm going to save my changes, and when I do, the title is going to update. And now I see my Tracks tab there. I didn't choose an icon for it, but you can if you want to. Now when I come back here and reload the product page, I see that I still have my default tabs, but I have this additional tab that I just added. So that's how that works. If I wanted to override the default tabs completely, I only have one tab here, and I'm overriding the defaults. So when I view my product page, I'm only going to have this single tab, as you can see. And we can merge them after. I want to click that. And when I reload this product page, you'll see that my browser is running a little slow. Tracks tab comes first, defaults come after. So you have control with this simple setting how that is going to work. And so that about wraps it up. If you have any questions about this plugin, use the contact page on our website, or as always, you can call us on our toll-free number between the hours of 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Central. Thanks for watching.